A whole lot of questions the last few days and last few weeks. Glad you're with us today for a good one. Ahmed Fareed with Robbie Earle and Robbie Mustoe. So we have two clubs that fancied themselves in the top four conversation at the start of the season. You have one club in Spurs who are there. Yeah. But here's Chelsea just barely hanging on to the top half of the table. Graham Potter in the spotlight for sure for Chelsea. They've got the talent. They've got the manager, it seemed like. Yeah. Everyone keeps waiting for it to fall into place. Why hasn't it?
Well, why it hasn't is a combination of new players in at the football club, a new manager in at the football club, and new ownership. So there's been a lot of change. But that being said, when I look at the combination of money spent, quality of player, quality of manager, they should be doing better than 10th in the league, 2 wins in the last 14. And, you know, Graham Potter has to shoulder some of that responsibility. And moving from Brighton when you go to Chelsea, there's a glare on all 20 Premier League managers, but there's a laser on the top 6 managers because that's about the intensity and the glare of being at a big club. Now, Graham Potter's got to show he can earn the right to be a top manager. If this was the Roman Abramovich era, he'd be gone. He'd be out the door now. Fortunately, under Todd Bowley, there's been signs that they want to stick with him. He's had the vote of confidence, which is great. But eventually, he's got to win matches because otherwise the fans and the media will turn and the glare, Rob, continues to be on him and all of a sudden something has to change.
I think there's two parts to this. Obviously, the first part that everybody understands, this is a difficult job / project, as it's called nowadays. With the amount of money, the amount of change throughout the football club, by the way, Rob, isn't it? It's come from the top to the bottom. There's been a ton of change. All these players coming in, big money, big pressure, huge squad, keeping everybody happy. That old, you know, there's a lot of chat about that. So I understand that's one part of it. The other side of it is what we're seeing right now from Chelsea, and that's not been good enough. No question. Again, understand it's been difficult, but with the players that he's got, and today's gone back to a very strong team. And, you know, I want to talk about continuity. Maybe that's what he's trying to get now, Rob, because it's a very similar team, just one change, he said, to the Dortmund side. I feel like now, Ahmed, that Chelsea are in and Graham Potter is in emergency mode. So enough of... Take a look at him. Let's try this back four. You know, all this change has gone on. He needs to find a team that can win games right now and stick with it a little bit. Even if that means that some players are going to be fed up on the bench or whatever, he is fighting for his job right now. And these Chelsea fans want to see some attacking football, some goals and some wins.
So I guess two questions here. If given the time, do you feel like Graham Potter could figure this out? And will he get that time?
I do. I hope he's given the time. I think it's good for young English coaches to get the opportunity. As Robbie says, he has to prove he is the man and he can do this and he can get through difficult times. And hopefully one day in 2 or 3 years, he's looking back and saying, "Cool, that was a little bit tough." But the biggest thing for me with Graham Potter is potentially, and I know there's a bit of an imbalance with the centre-forward, but this group of players is good enough to almost challenge for a title. There's that much quality in the squad. So he's got to find a system and a way of playing that suits this group that, as Robbie says, win games, because things could change very quickly. They could click into gear and go on a run of 4 or 5 straight wins.
Talent-wise, do you think they have more talent than the club that they're facing today?
I think they do. Yeah, I think they do. They spent a load more money, that's for sure. It's a little different. Spurs are a different project. They're further in. Conte's had more time with them. He's had a full pre-season. He's sifted through what he likes, what he doesn't like. He's added players in certain spots to try and improve that starting 11. So it's very, very different. But in terms of actual players and quality, Chelsea absolutely got it. It's just finding a way now. You know, I still keep thinking back, Rob, to Potter at Brighton. Brilliant job and the way that they build up. But at times they were a little fiddly around the box and didn't create and score enough goals. You see it a little bit with Chelsea. So that's one thing. I'll look at the tactics board a little later about that. But they've got to find ways to get behind defenders to create and score more goals.
Should we be giving a little more love then? If Chelsea do have perhaps more talent than Tottenham, should we be giving more love to Spurs for being in the top 4 right now?
Absolutely, because Antonio Conte has got a style of play. The players all know it. It might be a bit defensive for some, but they still get their goals and they still have their threats going forward. In some respects, Graham Potter might need to do a little bit of that, stick with the system, find a way of getting the goals and getting more from his players. And let's not forget, Antonio Conte was a Chelsea manager. And when he went into the football club, he went the 3 at the back, he went 4 midfield, he went 3 up top. Everybody knew it. He won the title there. So huge credit to him winning things at Chelsea. He's looking now to do the same thing at Tottenham.
And a big philosophical difference in the game today. Two managers think about the game very, very differently. But again, when we get a look at the lineup, it's tough to be that bad for Chelsea, given this team. So you're talking about when it's going to click. I feel like, deep down, that it's only a matter of time, because there's so many good players in the team and in the squad, but he's got to narrow down into his best 11 and stick with them.
Today would be a good day.
Yeah, to start it off, yeah.
Last time Chelsea won the title in the Premier League, Antonio Conte was on the touchline for them.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.